Hello guys, Universal Toy Collector here. Welcome to the channel. As you can see, no Scuba Pete at the moment, so I don't know where he's got to, but got Gary Moore in the studio. Morning, Gary. How are you, sir? All good? So I've tried contacting Scuba this morning, but I haven't got any reply back from him yet. So I'm assuming the times are correct. It's currently 3 p.m. UK time, and it should be 10 a.m. US time. So yeah, so it's just going to be like a chill conversation today, really, guys. No real set topics. I suppose we're going to talk about Andor. That dropped on Disney Plus this week. So any thoughts on that, Gary Moore? Any thoughts on Andor, or not really? But yeah, this is slightly awkward with no Scuba Pete. So awesome stuff. Well, I'll give you my opinion on Andor. I quite enjoyed it. What's this? Hello, Rolando. Thank you for joining us, mate. Yeah, so Andor, that came out on Wednesday. So first 3 episodes. What's that? Oh, so this could be the problem then. Okay. Morning, Brett. How you doing? Nice of you to join us. Yeah, I think there might have been a bit of a mix-up on the times with Scuba. So yeah, so I'll just crack on anyways. So yeah, we're talking about Andor. So I thought the first 2 episodes were a little bit slow, enjoyable but slow. But then the third one certainly picked up. So what do you guys think about? What do you think about Disney releasing 3 episodes on the trot? Anybody got any comments on that? What's this there? Traveling all week and yet to start Andor. Okay. So yeah, I won't give any spoilers away then. But yeah, it was a bit slow the first 2 episodes, picked up in the third. So then this week we're going to be having another 3 episodes, and then because there's 12 episodes, I believe, all in all, over a period of 4 weeks. So let's have a look. What was that? Andor was great. I like the multiple episodes to get us started. Yeah, definitely. Because I think the danger was, if you'd have just released the first 2 episodes, then people would have moaned and said, "Oh, it was really slow" and stuff like that. I guess. And then the third one certainly did pick up. It was a good move putting those 3. Yes, it was, Brett. Definitely agree with that. So, do you think that's what they should do going forward with the rest of the series? Like any series they release on Disney Plus, any Star Wars series, any of the Marvel series. So yeah, this I've got to say, this is pretty awkward, guys. So without Scuba here. So I'll tell you what, I'll move on to something else. I'll move on to the packaging for the new Hasbro Pulse Dungeons and Dragons figures. So they came out as well, didn't they? Or they showed us those. So what do you guys think of that packaging? To be honest with you, I am not a big fan, I have to say. Yeah, it's not ideal. Definitely not ideal. And just think, this could have been the Star Wars Vintage Collection. I mean, the packet itself is good with the artwork, but I'm not liking this box cover here. Definitely. I just wondered what you guys were thinking of that. Yes, we are, Goji. I think there was a mix-up in the times So I don't know whether you Pete is 5 hours behind the UK now or 6 hours. So going back to Andor, no, because it would be over too soon. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So 12 episodes, that would take 4 weeks, wouldn't it, with 3 episodes a week? So yeah, definitely. Gary Moore is hell no on the packaging. Yeah, definitely agree with that. Absolutely. The package, it is. I mean, I really feel sorry for inbox collectors for sure. Definitely. I mean, not ideal. It's about 10 a.m. for Scuba Pete. He's probably having a lay-in then. What's the matter with him? Unbelievable. No, well, not to worry. We'll crack on. So, yeah, I mean, so the packaging ain't great, but the figures, I mean, I do like the figures. I have to say the figures do look good. So, I mean, I don't know whether they're coming out in 6-inch or whether they're coming out in 6-inch and 3 3/4, but I do like these figures, I have to say. And if I did get them, I would only be getting the one because there would be absolutely no point in keeping them on the boxes, that is for sure, or keeping them in the packets. So we've got, I think that's Bobby, isn't it? And who's this next one? Yeah, again, the artwork's fantastic, but I'm just not a big fan of the plastic free. So there's that one. There's Hank. It's such a shame, isn't it? I mean, you can't put that on the wall, can you, and display that? That's not ideal. There's the figures again. So yeah, this is a fairly good line. Fairly decent line. I think this was an exclusive. This one's an exclusive. I don't know whether this is Amazon exclusive. I'm not too sure. And there you go with those guys there. Yeah, so it's just weird. I've not heard from Scuba all morning. So the packaging, maybe there's a figure on the card, maybe not. Yeah. Yeah. Was anybody going to be collecting these? Anybody going to be collecting these figures? Oh, I have no idea where Scuba is. It's Indiana, isn't it? So I'm not too sure about whether that's Western or Eastern Coast. But then, so. Yeah, I don't know. I vaguely remember the cartoon, Gary. If I'm honest, I'm not too sure what happened. I know they were there a while, weren't they? But I never saw this sort of like the ending of it. So I don't know. I know I enjoyed watching the cartoon. Definitely enjoyed watching the cartoon. The double pack is sold out on Pulse. Oh, well, there you are. So I don't know why they do these exclusives, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, so I'm taking it's a Pulse exclusive, then, is it? I'm not too sure. I don't keep my ear to the ground with these things, so I'm not too sure. But what's the price on the D&D figures? Again, I have no idea. I'm not too sure. They're probably going to be charging a fair bit of money, I guess. But I mean, would anybody be interested in getting these D&D figures? Like I say, I mean, if I get them, it'll be just the one, so I can put them on display. I certainly wouldn't be keeping any of those on the box. That's for sure. I'm just waiting for Scuba to get us on Instagram. I've not seen him on Instagram this morning, so I don't know whether something's popped up at work or not. But let's just have a look. No, he's not seen the message, so I don't know. I've got to say this is awkward. I'm not used to doing these live streams on my own, so a little bit daunting. What I did do is last week I went to a toy fair. Let's just move this out of the way, and I got some bits and bobs. We've got David Moore. Hi, Dave. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that, mate. As you can see, no Scuba Pete at the moment. Not too sure what's happened to Pete, bless him. Depending on the price for me. Yeah, I think that would be the same for most people. Rolando, definitely, mate. We've got some prices here. We 25 for the individual figures sold at Target in the US. So it's pretty much the same as the Black Series, isn't it? The standard Black Series. I went to what's this one? 49. Blimey. I mean, that is a lot of money, isn't it? That is a lot of money. I don't like these price hikes. And that is for sure. That's a lot of money, definitely. Did Scuba cut his hand yesterday? I have no idea. I don't know. What's this? Carry on, Stu. You're doing fine. I tell you what, I'm absolutely... This is awful. Yeah, I've never fronted one of these on with Jack Jones before. So, yeah, it's a bit awkward. But there you go. So, anyway, last week we had a toy fair over in the UK. At Sandown, I got to meet BOE, so he's quite a decent guy. So managed to pick up some bits and bobs. So one of the first things I picked up were these. So the light in this side. So it's the Topps trading cards. So I've got a full set of the red pack and a full set of the blue pack. So I've put the blue pack into. Have we got Bob in here? Have we? Ah, here he is. Morning, Bob. Thank you for joining us, mate. Awesome stuff. So yeah, I got a set of the blue cards and the set of the red cards, and they were going for £75 English pounds each. So I managed to get them down to 130 for the both sets, and I've sent one of them off for grading. So that would take, I think it was 6 to 8 weeks for that. So I've sent them off to a UK company to get them graded. The one, so we'll see how that goes. So I'll let you guys know. Morning, Bobby Hicks. Thank you for joining us, mate. As you can see, no Scuba Pete at the moment. Hopefully he will join us, but if not, we'll just carry on. My red pack arrived yesterday. Still struggling to find a decent set of blue ones. Yeah, we were talking about this the other week, weren't we, Gary? You said that you couldn't find a decent blue set. Do you go to any? Well, I know you go to like different vintage toy shops and stuff like that. So I'm guessing there's not much on eBay at all at the moment, then, or wherever. What's Bobby Hicks there? Here comes trouble. Yeah, Bobby Hicks is definitely trouble. Definitely agree with that. So yeah, so there's those, and then it's going all over the shop. I'll use this one first. So then I got this. Reaction Bumblebee. So this isn't too bad. I quite like the card artwork. The figure's not too bad. I mean, I wouldn't generally collect these, but my wife likes Bumblebee, and I'm a big fan of Jazz. So those two will probably be the only ones that I get. I mean, I know you've got Optimus, and there you go. I don't know if you can see that, guys. All right, a few of them on the back. Not too bad. So I'm not going to be getting all of these. There's 6 in total. So I'll say now I'll just get 2, but I'll probably end up getting a whole lot anyways. But there's those. Who else we got? Blue Harvest Toys. Welcome, Blue Harvest Toys. Appreciate you joining us. Where is he? Here he is. Thanks a lot. Again, as you can see, this is the live stream without Scuba Pete. So I'm not too sure what's happened to him. Bless him. I hope he's okay. I'm sure he is. So something else I picked up are these. Now, I don't collect all of these, just the ones I like. And this is Sabine Wren. So there was a time when we used to go around a toy fair and we used to see quite a few of these. So we picked up a fair few. And then we've been to the last 3 or 4 and we've hardly seen any of these. So managed to pick that up. That's fairly decent. So I'll get that out and put that on display at the time. Yes, you will collect them all, Stu. Yeah, well, I'm very easily led there. Bobby Hicks. You know that, mate. But no, I probably will end up just getting those two. And then something else I picked up was this dude, Andor. I thought, well, I might as well pull the trigger on this guy because no doubt with Andor's series coming out, this figure will probably end up going up in price. So I thought, well, I'll get him while I can. So I'll get him open and put him on the shelf and display him with the rest of the Rogue One figures. But yeah, that was about it. So thank you very much, Blue Harvest. Cheers, my man. Thank you. So where were they? Yeah, so the fair is it's Sandown Toy Fair. So Sandown is like a little village stroke town just outside of London. Well, it's in between where I live in Woking and Kingston Town. So it's where they have the horse racing and stuff like that. So it's they do the horse racing there, and they do sort of all sorts of other events and stuff. So they do about 3 or 4 of these toy fairs a year, and the next one's in November. But the same company also do a toy fair up in Birmingham, up at the NEC. So we'll probably end up going to one of those. More than likely the one in December, because we'll be off for the Christmas break. So disappointed they're not calling the series No Ifs and All Buts. Yeah. Well, that could be the next one, couldn't it? They could do that. That'd be awesome if they did that. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, these toy fairs are not too bad, but the thing is that some of the prices are quite astronomical. People charging like quite a bit of prices there and stuff like that. So that's quite disappointing. Are you guys? You got any toy fairs close to you? Do you like guys like going to toy fairs or anything like that? While you're pondering on that, I'm just going to show you this. So this Aura Singh, this is my first official custom, and I can tell you now it will probably be my last. What a ball ache that was trying to get this sorted out in that video. So she's not too bad. The paint's not, quite good and stuff like that. So you've got all her like articulation and stuff like that. So fairly decent. So she's going to end up going on the shelf at some point as well. We'll find some room for her. But yeah, I'm not too sure if I'll be doing another custom video again. That was quite hard work. It's the one in Leeds has stopped, gutted. So why was that? Why have they stopped that? Any particular reason, or was it just because of it's not opened up since COVID? Or turned out, but yeah, I've got to say that was the only thing I was pleased with. I can't grumble. I mean, it's all I had to do was get a little bit of paint on a paintbrush and painter, so there wasn't too much hard work in that. I've got paint everywhere though, trying to clean the blinking paintbrush. But yeah, that's not too bad. I was supposed to. I don't know if you can see. Just not too good at this. I don't know if you can see her eyes and stuff like that, but they're supposed to be sort of like more black eyeliner around her eyes, around the side of her head. And there's supposed to be like a monobrow where it goes across the bridge of her nose. Because I'd pretty much given up by the time I did that. I didn't do that in the end. So what's this? The NEC is big, so I assume it's held in 1 or 2 halls. I remember going to the car show there back in the day. Yeah, it's huge. They do it over. They do have two halls. So there's one on October the 30th, which is a Sunday. Not too sure whether we're going to be going to that because it's a long drive, and then obviously got work on the Monday. So we're probably looking at going at the one on December the 27th. So we'll see how that goes. Trying to get someone to organise another toy fair. Gap in the market. Yeah, it's such a shame when these things stop, isn't it? And they it really is. But well, I'm hoping you guys get someone to fill that gap. They did 2 or 3 a year, but they never advertised due to lack of interest. How can you have a lack of interest? It's a toy fair. Goodness me. I mean, the way things are at the moment, I thought, you know, people would love going to toy fairs. The one at Sandown gets absolutely packed. It really is packed. I mean, it's a fairly big hall. It's not as big as the one at the NEC. But it's a fairly big hall, and there's normally quite a big queue to get in. I mean, you get early bird access where you can get in for about, I don't know, 8:30 and stuff like that. So a lot of the vendors at that time haven't set up properly. But then, you know, once they all like they're all there and stuff like that, and then you let the general public in for about 10:30. Yeah, it does get busy. So nearest to me is Bolton or Doncaster. Oh, blimey. Okay. Well, I'm not too sure where you are, so I don't know if that's a long way or not, Bolton or Doncaster. It's a long way for me, I know that. But yeah. So any of you guys, you guys into doing customs or anything like that? We have one in Dallas on the first Saturday of the month. Wow. And is that every month, Gary? If that's every month, that's absolutely awesome. Yeah, I would love to go to like a convention or a toy fair in the US. Would love to do that. That'd be absolutely awesome. So I've seen a few of them on YouTube and stuff like that, watching people go around, and just the amount of stuff you guys have at your toy fairs and stuff like that. I think there's another one. I think BOE was advertising, or he tagged me in a link, and I think it's in Croydon. I think that's in November. So awesome stuff. Awesome. I'm just 3D printing a missile for my Mask Rhino. Oh, wow. See, that's one thing I've never sort of managed to get into, is the 3D printing. I mean, crikey, you've seen what I'm like with a paintbrush and bloody super glue. So God knows what I'll be like with a 3D printer. Is that a difficult thing to do? I mean, how much have you got to do to do a 3D printing? I suppose you've got to put all the measurement details and scale details in. That would go way above my head. Way above my head. Laxivrak, how you doing, sir? Nice to speak to you. Thank you for being here, mate. What's that? It's so useful. Yeah, I'm sure. Definitely. Resin printer. I would no idea. No idea about these printers. But yeah, customizing isn't a thing that I would say I'm really into. I mean, fair play to all those people that are and that can do stuff and stuff like that. I mean, I think it's absolutely amazing. Some real quality out there. As I was saying in the video, there's a lot of talented people and stuff like that. And what I don't get is you get these talented people that are just normal people that can like come up with all these like different like card back variations, whether it's figures, whether it's play sets and stuff like that. And then you get Hasbro and the big toy companies that put stuff out. And, you know, I mean, example, I've seen a lot of good Bespin play sets and stuff like that have been done as customs. And, you know, they're so much better than what Hasbro offered. I mean, that is absolutely atrocious. I mean, to be fair, if you get the lighting right and everything like that, and it does look good lit up, but other than that, it's not awesome. I do enjoy a good custom. Yes, yeah, I've seen some of your pictures. Lack, yeah, that's awesome stuff. We had a good old chat about that, haven't we? Hi, Vince. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. As you can see at the moment, it's just me. Not too sure where Scuba Pete is. So he's gone AWOL, bless him. But yeah, I'm still waiting to hear from him. So I've not heard anything yet. So I am hoping he's okay. Let's just have a quick look, see if he's seen my message. No, he hasn't seen the message. Oh, well. Yeah, like I say, there's a lot of good people out there that do decent customs and stuff like that. So it's I mean, restorations. I don't know if you can see the whale in the background there. I managed to restore that. That was fairly straightforward. That was just a case of me taking it to pieces, cleaning it up, getting new decals for it, and like trying to get new parts for it and stuff like that. So I don't mind that. I don't mind. Oh, I tell you what. Give us a second. Trying to get it out. So, me saying I don't like customs. This was the first custom I did. So I totally forgot about this guy. So this is. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So this is Shipwreck. Don't know if you can see him there. So basically, what I've done is I've integrated Cutter's body onto Shipwreck's legs, arms, and head. But the thing is, the head's, you know, the bit where you put the head in and you've got the bit at the bottom. His head was different to Cutter's. So, of course, this wasn't going to fit properly on the body. So I had to modify his head so it could fit. So this is, you've got no movement on his head, unfortunately. But the rest of him looks pretty cool. So I don't mind that. So that was a custom I didn't mind doing. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. Hasbro could at least hire these people doing this great. Yeah. I don't know why they don't. I don't know. It does make you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, they did the same, didn't they, with the guy that did the deep fake. The Disney Lucasfilm ended up hiring him, didn't they, to do Luke and stuff like that. So these people do get spotted. Pete will be in his tank. Yeah, more than likely. Yeah. What's that? No real designers anymore. No, there's not. Which is a shame. Oh, what's this? Sorry, I thought that was Pete. Yeah, no, Pete. So you don't know, Rick. Yeah. So what have you guys got planned for the rest of this weekend then? Anything exciting? Probably going to sit and watch. I said Tuesday, then Wednesday, and last night. I don't know Bob reaching. If he cut his hand, Pete would be in the back to. Well, funny you should say that. Yes, yeah. I'm keeping a close eye on it. Robert Hicks for sure. There's one in the game shop that we've got in Guildford at another local town. So I've been keeping my eyes on that. So we shall see. I've got a birthday coming up at the end of next month, so I will probably be ended up getting that. The thing is, it's all well and good me getting it. It's just finding somewhere to put it. So I haven't got anywhere to put it at the moment. That's the issue. So it'll probably spend most of its time in the box. I saw what's Bob Squad there. Iron Maiden concert tonight. Check you out. Nice one. Whereabouts is that, Bob? Don't mind a bit of Iron Maiden. Bills and Dolphins. You'll be watching that. Awesome. I watched the highlights of Steelers and Browns, so that wasn't too bad. Live in Miami, so Dolphins, awesome. I'm going to watch Andor tonight. Can't wait. Yeah, so we're talking about that a little bit earlier. So the first couple of episodes are a little bit slow, but it's a slow burner. So it does get, the third episode is good, and hopefully it should pick up. Putting up more shelving for more figures and reorganizing. Never enough space. Yeah, we know this, don't we? Never enough space. So it's funny because I redid this room. We did the whole room, and I ended up having less space than what I started with before I redid it, which doesn't make sense. But yeah, I think that's it now for this room. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more moving about. I'm not going to be taking any more shelves off the walls or because it's a nightmare, because you've got to take the shelves off, and then you've got to fill all the holes. And because I had so many shelves, I had hundreds of holes to fill. So yeah, it's just time consuming. I mean, it took me a week to do this room, so I won't be doing that again. So what's this one? Working today, filming videos tomorrow. I have a Star Wars video this week. Ah, cool. So you work weekends. That's a bit of a nightmare, Goji. Sorry about that, mate. San Diego, close to the Mexican border. What's this? My mate's in San Diego at the moment. Awesome. Pool renovation starts tomorrow, so I'm procrastinating going outside to make sure everything is removed and clear for the guys to start. Yeah, having a swimming pool. Nice one. Oh, it's all right for some, isn't it? All right for some. When it comes to space, there is never enough. No, that's exactly it. It's just phenomenal. And you think, yeah, I've got so much more space now. But then you know, I've still got like shed loads of, well, not shed loads. I've got about 10 boxes still left to open up, and then, you know, so it's all well and good me getting this stuff, but it's just finding somewhere to put them. So I'm sorry, what will you be getting from game? Oh, I didn't think you were going to be watching. You were supposed to be busy. That's my wife, by the way. Nothing, dear, nothing. Won't be getting anything. I'm just looking, having a look. Stu, where do you get your lights for your collection? My lights? What lights are those, Vince? I haven't got any lights. All I've got is the ceiling lights, and then I've got one like backlight to light me up here. So where's this? Next walls finally showing up at targets here. Yeah, I've got one more Boba Fett, and I've got both axe wolves. So what else we got? Need to edit a video before football starts. Awesome stuff. Who are you on later? Checked yesterday, but still not here. Checked yesterday, but no. Why have I put that one up again? It's just occurred to me that we always complain about space and money, and that's exactly why our parents didn't buy this stuff for you. Absolutely true, mate. Definitely. No, she doesn't need any encouragement, please. What we got here? I use magnetic LED lights for my. Yeah, I see. I don't know. I'd like to get some lighting, but I don't know, because then that means me having to take everything off the shelving, put the lighting in, and then put everything back again. And I don't know if I can be asked to do that. If I'm honest, I don't know. I mean, I must admit, I have seen people's displays where you've got the lighting and it does look good, but I guess like looking from where I can see through the screen and on the back, it does look like it does need lighting up. So maybe that's something I will contemplate doing at some point, but it's not a priority at this moment in time for sure. So what else we got there? Absolutely, Sergeant Slaughter, hit the like button. Sergeant Slaughter's Slaughterhouse. Welcome, sir. All good. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if those of you who know Scuba, I don't know if you've tried messaging him or anything like that, but yeah, he's not seen my message on Instagram, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. So, like I say, I just hope he's okay. But yeah, so have any of you guys picked up anything at all? Any recent pickups? Anything decent to show? Hi, Lobot. Thanks for joining us, mate. As you can see, we are minus Scuba Pete. He's gone AWOL, so hopefully he's okay. Might give me that Robo Scar though. So, did any of you get that new version of the Robo Skull. Anybody got that? Was that an interest to anybody at all? I like the design of it, but it's just a line that I wasn't wanting to sort of like dip my toes in and get. It's bad enough collecting the bits that I collect at the moment. So yeah. So let's have a look in the chat here. Yeah, so has anybody picked anything up at all recently? Any decent pickups? Yeah, the original is pretty cool, but the thing is, it's quite expensive now in the secondary market. Last time I looked on eBay, it was quite expensive. And then I saw one at the Sandown Toy Fair, not last week, but a few months ago, and yeah, they were asking for a pretty hefty price on that, and it wasn't in very good condition either. It was quite battered, and they were still wanting over 100 quid for it. So I just walked on by. My most recent pickups were the Marvel Legends Lizard and Retro Sentinel. Got a few Transformers bits and pieces too. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Anyone back at the Marvel HasLab? Personally, I think it was disappointing for 350. Yeah, I didn't do that one this time. No, I mean the only one that I've done was the Razor Crest, which obviously I've got that, and the G.I. Joe one, the Sky Striker. So yeah, I mean I quite liked it. I mean I like the Robbie Reyes version of Ghost Rider. I thought he was pretty decent, but no, it's just getting too much money, isn't it? Lots of cool cars of the Moss Rhino. So you're into Mask then? I liked it as a kid. I liked watching the cartoon, but it was never a toy line that I got into. So again, my friend had quite a bit of the Mask stuff, so I was quite happy just walking around his house and playing with that. But it was never a toy line that I actually collected. And again, due to lack of space, I don't think I'll be dipping my toes into that line. I got a whole box of Powder Force 2 recently. Awesome stuff. You need to put that on display and get some photos up of that, Lack. Awaiting a bunch of Origins from... Oh, wow. Awesome stuff. Awesome. So I've only got 2 figures. I've got the He-Man and the Skeletor from Origins, plus Battle Cat and Pantstor. That is all I have at the moment. And if my wife is still watching, that will be all I'll be getting. So what's this? All Hasbro's disappointing. I don't know. I mean, some of the stuff they do isn't too bad. It isn't too bad. I think the prices are disappointing, but I think there's a lot of stuff that they could do better. Definitely, they could do a lot better. But Mr. Moore, I absolutely do not go back that. Vintage for it, yeah, definitely. I mean, I can sit here and look at my vintage figures, and I know the articulation figures these days are a lot better, but I just don't think you can beat that nostalgia feeling. And I think that goes for any sort of like toy line, doesn't it? I suppose, you got the vintage G.I. Joe figures that are, then you've got the vintage Transformers, the G1, and the Motu figures and stuff like that. I mean, back in the 80s, we were so lucky, weren't we, with all the toy lines that we had, and they've certainly lasted the test of time, haven't they? Because they're still producing these figures like 40 odd years later. The latest Marvel HasLab is How To on Bad Decision Making. Again, I didn't mind Robbie Reyes. Whether it's good enough to be a HasLab is up for debate, isn't it? I'm sitting on the fence with it. I can take it or leave it. So, it's all good, I suppose, with that respect. But I know HasLab isn't for everybody. What else we got here? Last thing I bought Joe Wise was some of the 93 Street Fighter figures. Oh, okay. Wow. I'm not too sure if I know what those ones are. I don't think I've heard of those ones. See, with me for G.I. Joe, I preferred the 1982, 83, 84. I think they were definitely the better years for G.I. Joe. Then it started getting a bit silly after that with all the bright color figures and unrealistic vehicles and stuff like that. So, which was that kind of put me off a bit. I saw on Twitter that James Earl Jones has officially retired from doing Star Wars voice, but they use old clips and work their magic. Yes, yeah, I heard that too. Actually, when was it? I think my wife told me that he's actually officially retired now. So, which is a shame. But you know, he's in his late 80s, early 90s, I believe. So, he's doing all right for his age. Has anyone seen a Swamp Thing figure? Message me. No, I haven't. No. What's this? The US will be getting some Toys R Us stores back again. Hope so. We could do with them over here in the UK. Definitely. We're missing Toys R Us. The 93 Joe figures are pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to look those up, Mark. I'm not too sure which ones they are. I mean, I was never into Street Fighter anyway. I was never like a sort of gamer when I was younger. So I wasn't really interested in that. I want those Street Fighter figures. I thought Macy's bought TOU. Not too sure. Here he is. Hi, Dave. How you doing? Thanks for joining us, mate. Now, this guy is a massive G.I. Joe fan. So he's got an awesome collection. He's got a great channel as well. So stop on by and check him out. Absolutely brilliant. Very knowledgeable within the within G.I. Joe. What's it? James of the World, Shakespeare and actor. Do you think he is tired of only being known as you do get typecast, don't you? You do get typecast. I mean, they did an interview with him years ago when Star Wars first came out, and he was saying that originally they wanted someone like Orson Welles to do the voice, but his voice was too recognizable, so they wanted someone else. So they've gone for James Earl Jones. And now, if you see James Earl Jones in any other film or any other stage show or anything like that, then you just automatically going to think, well, that's Darth Vader, isn't it? So his voice is very recognizable now. So, yeah, I mean, it's like William Shatner, isn't it? You know, he played Captain Kirk for so many years, and after a while, you do get sort of like just it's a shame factors that they only get recognized for one sort of like part they play. So I think Toys R Us will be in Asda or Tesco's to start with. Yeah, possibly. It's such a shame what happened to those. I remember when Toys R Us opened in the UK. It was such a big thing, and I just used to love their displays, especially when a new film came out and stuff like that. And you had the massive toy displays, and yeah, I do miss Toys R Us. Most Macy's stores have small TR sections, and then they're going to experiment with standalone stores again. Yeah, maybe they should just make them a little bit smaller. I mean, the one we had in Woking, town just up the road, it was a huge store. So God knows how much that must have cost them to rent out. But if they do the smaller stores, should be okay. Smiths is better anyway. Yeah, I've got to say I've got a couple of Smiths around my area, so they're quite decent. Well, they're certainly better than the Entertainer. I mean, I know they've got some more bits and bobs in at the moment, and their shelves are quite full. But it's all sort of like won't say older stock, but figures that had been released quite a while ago. So they're playing catch up, and the prices they're charging for them is absolutely ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So where's he gone? Yeah, so this guy I picked up. Right, so I got him from the Entertainer. So £28, £28 for that. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So they need to knock these prices on the head. Pack it in, Hasbro, or wherever it is. Straight out of Carson. Hello, sir. Nice of you to join us. Thank you, my man. If you're wondering where Pete is, again, we don't know. Bless him. Entertainer expensive. Yes, they are. It's ridiculous. I don't know why they're charging so much. You've got some Black Series figures that they're charging £11 for, and then you've got other figures that they're charging £28 for. I don't get how they've got such a variation in prices. Absolutely ridiculous. Not £11, £13. But the thing is with the Entertainer as well, they don't have anything in for like absolute ages. The shelves are pretty bare, and it's all like practically shelf fillers and stuff like that. Not shelf fillers, peg warmers. And yeah, it's not great. They used to be fairly decent, but not anymore. Yes, you could go to just one shopping mall and there would be like 5 choices of department stores to get toys. Sears, JCPenney, Macy's. Yeah, absolutely love the 80s as well. Dave, definitely. It was like that in the UK as well. You go to the big department stores and they'd all have decent toy sections and stuff like that. And then you'd have the standalone toy stores, which were fairly good and fairly affordable. But now it's it's not too good. Jumping on the bandwagon with HMV. Yeah. I've noticed that HMV are starting doing toys, but I think that was one thing that they needed to get into. Blue Harvest. There was a time when they were going to go sort of bankrupt, weren't they? They were going to look like they were going to close down, but they kind of got an injection of money. But I do think, other than like CDs and DVDs, they do need to sort of like explore other options and stuff like that and go down other avenues, because obviously with the streaming services you've got now, I don't know how they're selling DVDs and CDs now. I really don't, especially with streaming. So, and a lot of online stuff. So I don't blame them for getting stuff in, and it's a good thing because it's somewhere else where you can go and get your figures. So I don't mind that too much. What was that place that you went to? Yeah, it was Smith's. Yeah, Smith's Toys. The irony is that shipping costs has drastically reduced, and yet there is no correction in period. No. Is that shipping in the US? I know it's really expensive shipping abroad for sure. So I just shipped the parcel off to a certain part of the world, and for it to be sent tracked, you're looking at the cheapest 50 quid, and if you want it tracked and signed, that you're looking at 70 quid. So I in the end I just end up sending it standard. So shipping is that's an added cost. Where's that one gone? There you go. 3 in Leeds. Yeah, so with Smith's Toys, where I am, I think there's a town called Farnborough and there's a town called Crawley. So they're at least 15 miles away. So I don't have any in my 2 local towns, which is Guildford and Woking. So there's no Smith's Toys in Guildford, Woking, or Kingston for that matter. That looked like the greatest toy chain store on earth. Awesome stuff. Yeah. Well, I listen. I think it's good that I think the more shops that do these kind of things and sell figures and action figures and toys and stuff like that, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like I say, I don't know how they're making money by selling CDs and DVDs, especially with all the streaming. I know they do. The one in Guildford, they've got like a section where they do comics. I think they've also got a section where they're selling American sweets and cereal and stuff like that. They've always done sort of like T-shirts and stuff, but yeah. What's this? Container cost from Asia to US went from 20k. It's now back to 3.5. Wow, that's a lot of dough in it. Ridiculous stuff. So do you guys think that the pricing of figures are going to come down, or do you think it's just going to stay where it is and gradually go up? It's, especially now Hasbro are doing the plastic free packaging. So I'm hope. I mean, I know in the UK we're getting absolutely slapped for prices on Black Series figures and vintage collection figures compared to the US. But what I have found out is that we are getting figures graded at a cheaper price compared to the US, which has surprised me a little bit. So yeah. No, well, no, not for things like toy lines and stuff like that. And well, I can't see any prices coming down at the moment, but I think they will stay the same, not be reduced. No. Well, I wait for figures to get reduced now. So if a figure gets reduced, I won't. If a figure comes out, I'm not so keen as to go straight in and buy it. I'm just going to wait and see if it goes down in the sale, and go and reduced. But well, that's it. They're going to price people out, aren't they? They're definitely going to price people out. I mean, I was value for money. I mean, do you think these figures that we're getting, whether it be any toy line, do you think it's value for money, or do you think we're getting swindled? I certainly think that when you see some of the stuff that we're getting, I mean, it's like these deluxe packs for the vintage collection. I really don't think they're value for money. I really don't. I'm not a great fan of those, but the extra price costs and stuff like that, and you're getting what a couple of little extra bits. It's not value for money in my eyes. I think, yeah, I've just read that one. Sorry. Canada is also out of hand with prices. Wow. Where's that one gone? I remember that song, blimey, years ago. Yeah, but that's the thing. There's got to come a point, though, Dave, where people are going to say enough's enough. You know, I mean, they've already proved that with the two failed HasLabs, haven't they? People didn't want to buy it, so I think there's going to come a point where people are going to say enough's enough, and they just won't buy anymore. Yeah, they're around about the same over here as well. The 24, 25 pound. The deluxe ones you're looking at probably 32 pound or something like that, which is absolutely just crazy. I mean, I walked past one the other day. I thought I'd have a look at the price, and I just put them straight back. I was like, nope, not having that. Yeah, definitely. It's not great, is it? And it's a shame because I don't mind collecting Marvel Legends either, but again, it's not all of them. It's just some of them. But you know, the prices are certainly putting me off. I don't know about you guys. NECA. So what lines do you get from NECA? I mean, I know there's a lot of decent stuff. I mean, we've got the Back to the Future from NECA, and was there something else we got? Are those guys doing the ET line as well? I quite like the ET line. I think that's NECA that's doing the ET line. Yeah, I do like McFarlane. I think some of his, well, I like his whole like toy line. I like it. I won't be collecting all of it, obviously. But yeah, I do like McFarlane, especially the DC Multiverse. as you guys probably are aware, I like Harley Quinn, the Joker, anything to do with Dark Knight, Batman, and stuff like that. So anything McFarlane, I've got a BDI on. So definitely. I used to pre-order, not anymore. I'm sick of seeing figures reduced a few. Yeah. Well, that's what gets me. You pre-order, don't you, straight away, and then you end up paying full whack, and then you're still waiting for these figures to come down, and then you see that they've come down in price, and you're still waiting for your figures to come through. So, yeah, pre-orders a ball ache, definitely. I see the price that Canada's Toys R Us have, and it's scary. I have a feeling that when they open the stores here, it will also be too high. But the thing is, if they're going in and they're going to be pricing people out, people aren't going to buy. So what's the point of opening? It's, there's got to be a balance, isn't there? Canada, UK, and Australia are screwed because we have no import from the US, who now pays extra for all things made in China. So these are affected back to our customers. I did not know that. Yeah. I don't know. It's going to come to a head, isn't it? It's going to be a point where, like I said, people are just not going to want to buy anything. Are they the ones? Which layer figures are those? Are they the ones on the 50th anniversary card? Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, I don't mind NECA. I quite like those. I know Boba Hicks, he likes his NECA figures. He's got a lot of Predator and Aliens figures, so that's pretty cool. So got the boys too. See, that's a series I've never got into, so I'm not too sure on those. It was super fun, wicked. So will you be getting any more NECA figures, Dave? I was going to say that's unlike you. You're normally in with the G.I. Joe stuff, so awesome. Oh, okay. So talking of Ewok Village, do you reckon that will make a decent HasLab? Black's vintage collection HasLab. I quite like the idea of an Ewok Village. What else would be good? I think an Imperial Shuttle would be fairly decent as a HasLab. Definitely. I think that would be pretty cool. Just looking around to see what else they could do as HasLab. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing. Oh, Sandcrawler. Oh, I'll tell you what I did do Friday. So in 2020, we'd booked tickets to go and see Return of the Jedi live in concert. And that would have been in October 2020. But as you know, the world stopped and everything went to SHIT. So that was cancelled. And at the time, I was getting emails through saying that they weren't going to be doing any refunds. They were going to try and reschedule it. So now I think it was the beginning of 2021. They're like, oh, yeah, we've rescheduled it. And so they've rescheduled it. And it was Friday just gone. So absolutely fantastic. And it's so interesting because we were sat like a second row from the front down the bottom there at the Royal Albert Hall. And I found myself watching the orchestra more so than I was watching the actual film. I've seen the film 101 times. But watching the orchestra and the different band sections doing their part for the music and stuff like that, so interesting. And hearing it live was absolutely awesome. And we were lucky enough to see The Empire Strikes Back in concert too. The only one that we've missed was the Star Wars movie. But that scene where Vader and Luke, they were fighting on the Death Star and the music kicks in. Oh, wow. That was just phenomenal. And I felt like I was starting to well up. It was just so emotional, and just seeing the people play the music. And I just think it's incredible that you've got like violins and you've just got these little bits of string and you've got this horsehair that you're rubbing against it. It just makes such an amazing sound. And it's like that with like cellos and the double basses and it was just absolutely awesome. It was just amazing to see. Absolutely fantastic. So what have we got here? I was asking about HasLab modular Death Star. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. That wouldn't be a bad idea. So I think that Halloween Michael is awesome. What else we got? Yes, Dave, some of the popular ones. Alton Towers, Chessington Weather Adventures, and Talk Park does zombie Halloween nights. God, I've not been to a Halloween night in ages in this country. I've got a Halloween night coming up in the next couple of weeks, which would be awesome. Looking forward to that for sure. No, just Michael Myers. I don't like him, but yes, NECA looks like they do good stuff for sure. Super cool. I went to. Oh, you went to see that as well. So super cool. You went to. Yeah. It was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So when we go to London, we normally get return tickets up to London Waterloo, and then what we do is we tend to walk around London. I'm not too keen on using the underground. It's hot, stuffy. It's you get uncomfortable and it's not brilliant. So we just we had a little pootle up to the Royal Albert Hall, and we walked up past Horse Guards Parade, up the Mall or the Mall, and then we walked past the bit where Queen Elizabeth was moved off the carriage into the hearse and stuff like that. So very somber atmosphere up around Buckingham Palace. So yeah, that was yeah. But the show absolutely fantastic, absolutely awesome. Also, if I shot back, yeah, it is. But the only thing that gets me is I don't know about you, Brett, but when we went to see that and Jedi Just Gone, they've got subtitles and stuff like that. So which is weird because I go up to listen to the music because I know it's like live and stuff like that, and you can see the orchestra. But yeah, so I don't know why they're putting subtitles up there. Obviously, for people that are hard of hearing, I get that, but I've got tickets for Book of Mormon in 2020. So this year, yeah. So we've got friends that are love that show. So I've not seen that one. What's this? Cool. Right, well, guys, I've come up to the hour now, and I think I'll pretty much call that. I'm going to call it a day now. I've got to say it's I have felt really uncomfortable doing this on my own. It's the first time I've done this on my own. Normally I have Pete, and he's normally a good person to sort of like back up, to back you up and stuff like that. But I hope the package I sent you comes soon. Well, I've still got 10 boxes to open, but I don't think anything's come from abroad at the moment. So I've got this coming week. So hopefully it'll turn up then, because next couple of weeks I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be away. So I don't know what's going to happen as regards to post. Hopefully it'll just get left in the porch and stuff like that, and it'll all be good by the time I get back. So yes, hopefully I shall let you know, Dave, if that does turn up. Great stream. Appreciate you for subbing there, Blue Harvest. Cheers, my man. Thank you. Yeah, like I say, this is the first time I've done this on my own, and I prefer it when Pete's here, if I'm honest. But there you go. Yeah, I blagged my way through it, just bumbled my way through it. So yeah, it'll be okay. I mean, I'm sure if it happens again, it happens again. But I prefer doing it with Pete or someone else with me. But there you are. Oh, cheers, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Cheers. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like just like waffle on a bit and stuff like that. But there you go. Stream Stu, your solo stream debut was a success. Well, it wasn't intended to be a solo stream, but cheers. Thanks a lot. So you did an awesome job. Thank you very much. You guys, you're going to make me blush in a minute. So great stream. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that, mate. You did fine, Stu. I'll catch you and Scuba together another time. Yeah. Well, I'll have to well, first and foremost, just hope Scuba's okay. So I'm sure these weirdos in the chat would always feel free to join me. Yeah. Well, do you know what? Maybe we'll do that next time we do a live stream. We do it once a month, as you guys know. So maybe we can get someone to join us in the next live stream. Then, if anything does happen, I'm not on my own. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys for joining the chat. I really do. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers, Lobot. Appreciate that. I'm a weirdo. Well, if you're a weirdo, then we can get you on the next live stream. Blue Harvest Toys, definitely. But anyway, listen, guys, appreciate you jumping on the chat. Really do. I would say it has been fun. It's been nerve-wracking, I've got to say, but not used to this. But yeah, once again, thank you, guys. So I've got a couple of videos coming out during the week. I'm not going to say too much about that, but I've got a couple of videos coming out in the week. But yeah, guys, take care. Appreciate you being in the chat. Thanks a lot. Appreciate your support, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, guys.